All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. All that is gold does not glitter, not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither, deep roots are not reached by the frost. There is some good in this world, and it's worth fighting for. Some believe it is only great power that can hold evil in check, but that is not what I have found. It is the small everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keep the darkness at bay, small acts of kindness and love. Courage is found in unlikely places. No victory without suffering. Who cannot understand your silence, cannot understand your words. The world is not in your books and maps, it's out there. The greatest adventure is what lies ahead. Even the smallest person can change the course of the future. From the ashes a fire shall be woken, a light from the shadows shall spring. Renewed shall be blade that was broken, the crownless again shall be king. If more of us valued food and cheer and song above hoarded gold, it would be a merrier world. Above all shadows rides the sun. May it be a light to you in dark places, when all other lights go out. It's a dangerous business, Frodo, going out your door. You step onto the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you might be swept off to. And, no, the journey doesn't end here. Death is just another path, one that we all must take. Do you wish me a good morning, or mean that it is a good morning whether I want it or not? Or that you feel good this morning, or that it is a morning to be good on? It is no bad thing celebrating a simple life. If you do not believe in a personal God, the question, what is the purpose of life, is unaskable and unanswerable. It is not the strength of the body that counts, but the strength of the spirit. May the wind under your wings bear you where the sun sails and the moon walks. Look, up at the sky, there is a light, a beauty up there that no shadow can touch. Many that live deserve death, and some that die deserve life. Deeds will not be less valiant because they are unpraised. One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all and in the darkness bind them. True education is a kind of never-ending story, a matter of continual beginnings, of habitual fresh starts, of persistent newness. Home is now behind you, the world is ahead. The world has changed. I see it in the water, I feel it in the earth, I smell it in the air. Much that once was is lost, for none now live who remember it. It's the job that's never started as takes longest to finish. The world is indeed full of peril, and in it there are many dark places. But still there is much that is far, and though in all lands love is now mingled with grief, it grows perhaps the greater. For even the very wise cannot see all ends. War must be, while we defend our lives against a destroyer who would devour all. But I do not love the bright sword for its sharpness, nor the arrow for its swiftness, nor the warrior for his glory. I love only that which they defend. Never laugh at live dragons. I will not walk backward in life. What punishments of God are not gifts? No half-heartedness and no worldly fear must turn us aside from following the light unflinchingly. I do not believe this darkness will endure. There is a place called heaven where the good here unfinished is completed, and where the stories unwritten and the hopes unfulfilled are continued. We may laugh together yet. I'm looking for someone to share in an adventure. There is nothing like looking. If you want to find something, you certainly usually find something if you look, but it is not always quite the something you were after. great heart will not be denied. The burned hand teaches best. All that is gold does not glitter. I will not say, do not weep, for not all tears are an evil. A man that flies from his fear may find that he has only taken a shortcut to meet it. Shortcuts make long delays. I don't know half of you half as well as I should like. And I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. I wish it need not have happened in my time, said Frodo. So do I, said Gandalf. And so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. I feel thin, sort of stretched, like butter scraped over too much bread. Little by little, one travels far. Still round the corner there may wait a new road or a secret gate, and though I oft have passed them by, a day will come at last when I shall take the hidden paths that run west of the moon, east of the sun. You aren't nearly through this adventure yet. So comes snow after fire, and even dragons have their endings. The road goes ever on and on. And then her heart changed, or at least she understood it, and the winter passed, and the sun shone upon her. Speak politely to an enraged dragon. Let this be the hour when we draw swords together, fell deeds awake, now for wrath, now for ruin, and the red dawn, forth, Eorlingus. Courage will now be your best defense against the storm that is at hand, that and such hope as I bring. For we put the thought of all that we love into all that we make. For you do not yet know the strengths of your hearts, and you cannot foresee what each may meet on the road. And some things that should not have been forgotten were lost. History became legend. Legend became myth. And for 2,500 years, the ring passed out of all knowledge. Then something Tookish woke up inside him, and he wished to go and see the great mountains, and hear the pine trees and the waterfalls, and explore the caves, and wear a sword instead of a walking stick. His grief he will not forget, but it will not darken his heart. It will teach him wisdom. Tell me, who are you, alone, yourself and nameless? It needs but one foe to breed a war, and those who have not swords can still die upon them. A story must be told or there'll be no story, yet it is the untold stories that are most moving. Farewell, and may the blessing of elves and men and all free folk go with you. May the stars shine upon your faces. The resurrection is the eucatastrophe of the story of the incarnation. This story begins and ends in joy. Faithless is he that says farewell when the road darkens. It cannot be seen, cannot be felt, cannot be heard, cannot be smelt. It lies behind stars and under hills, and empty holes it fills. It comes first and follows after, ends life, kills laughter. He found himself wondering at times, especially in the autumn, about the wild lands, and strange visions of mountains that he had never seen came into his dreams. It is not despair, for despair is only for those who see the end beyond all doubt. We do not. There are no safe paths in this part of the world. Remember, you are over the edge of the wild now, and in for all sorts of fun wherever you go. I don't want to be in a battle, but waiting on the edge of one I can't escape is even worse. A new day will come, and when the sun shines it will shine out the clearer. I want to be a healer and love all things that grow and are not barren. We all long for Eden, and we are constantly glimpsing it. Our whole nature at its best and least corrupted, its gentlest and most human, is still soaked with the sense of exile. I sit beside the fire and think of people long ago, and of people who will see a world that I shall never know.